Oh, you know what I just realized? I should do this quick. Yeah, here. The Minecraft scene predates owning the webcam. So let's fix that. Um, why are you broken? There we go. Okay. Alright, now, let's go find out what this server is like. What kind of crazy things people have gotten up to in it. Oh, it's been so long since I played Minecraft. Alrighty. Am I going to make myself sick again? See if that changes anything. Okay, apparently it doesn't remember any of my changes. Yeah. Alright. Let's go find a tree. I see a tree over there. And while I'm at it, I think I'm going to steal somebody's carrots. That'll be a lot easier than trying to find my own later. Okay. So, actually, wait, are there any other crops around here I can grab seeds for before I go leaving? Because I'm going to admit, stealing some random poor person's seeds is much easier than trying to find my own later. Alright, let's get out of here. Nothing happened in this place. Nobody saw a thing. Alright. Let's get a tree, and then a boat, and then go be a proper hermit somewhere on the other side of the world. This tree looks like it will sacrifice its innocent life for our cause. You know, I think the last time I played Minecraft would have been Avi's server, and I only played like a little bit. See if I can get a sapling. There we go. No reason not to replant. Actually, let's get a couple more saplings too. More saplings never hurt anybody. Oh, there's Bo. I have to admit, he did slightly surprise me. Oh, let's see. A water bucket. That's actually pretty nice. Some cobblestone, which will definitely come in handy. First, though, I'm a dumbass. Okay, there we go. Crafting table. I'm going to turn my UI scale up slightly, which is done here. There we go. It's too hard to see the bottom bar. Alright. I'm rusty. I know, I know. Take crafting bench. And set sail for the 7 seas. Yeah. Looks like there's a bunch of... You know, I think I'm going to do something I've never really done before. I'm going to build a base in the bottom of the ocean somewhere. So step 1 will be finding a nice looking bottom of the ocean. Probably somewhere tropical if I can find one. Which means I definitely don't need to do this, but I am going to collect kelp anyway. Because kelp is basically free food and building materials. I'm gonna drown. Not that it's amazing building materials or anything, but you can make blocks out of it once it's dried. And it can be used as fuel and can be planted. And kelp is love. Kelp is life. I'm probably going to regret this later. Just because of how full it's going to make my inventory. But anyway, I can always make a chest to go on my boat too, I guess. Although if I'm going to do that, I'm going to want a fancier boat. So like a more exotic material. Probably should have grabbed some acacia when I was back there. You know what? Screw it. About face. Let's go get some acacia. That way we can grow acacia wherever we end up. Try to build like a glass dome on the bottom or something. And looks like it's going to be night soon. Just mildly unfortunate, but not a massive issue. I do have the stuff needed to build an axe. So let's do that. For one thing, axes are actually a fairly decent weapon. And for another thing, it will help me get some acacia, and hopefully an acacia sapling. Or 2. Before I blow this popsicle stand. And find a nice looking bit of ocean. We certainly don't want to be on land when monsters start spawning. I don't think the ocean's as safe as it used to be once upon a time. What with drowned and all that fun stuff. But it should be sort of vaguely not incredibly dangerous. Okay, how many saplings do I have? 4. That's probably enough. Let's get out of here. I think I'm going to miss the old Optifine brighter water. I'm definitely going to want to find a good underwater light source to scatter all over wherever I end up building my base. Glowstone maybe? I guess sea pickles are a thing now. Hello, zombie. Please stay over there. And we will be much better friends. There's a spooter. Hopefully he doesn't take an interest. Got some oak. There's a glowy something, and there was a gurgly something, so I don't think we should go over there. As much as I kind of want a birch. Something lit up over here. Back in my day. Okay, there's somebody's got a house. The ocean bottoms are completely barren. Here's a really deep area. There's a drowned. Night just isn't a friendly time, is it? Okay. There's a rock. Here's a ship, it looks like. Sunken wreck. You know, it might be interesting to turn that into a starter house. Nah, we'll keep going. I want to be deep under the water. Preferably fairly close to like a tropical biome. Because tropical fish. But maybe not right in it. Okay. Some kind of ocean monument thing. I definitely don't want to be around there during the daylight. Or during the night, I mean. I am not equipped for combat. Nope. Looks like the Archimedes took a little trip. Well, what's over here? Looks like it might be a shipwreck or just a seamount. There's a dolphin. There's more lights on the bottom over here. Oh, that's 100% where I want my base. Unfortunately, it's probably not safe, to say the least. Unless somebody's come out here and killed the Guardians already. No, I don't think they have. Trying to make that safe to live in would be basically an impossibility. But it would be awesome. Alright, so no... whatever that place is. I mean, it's a ocean temple or whatever. This looks like another little monument thing. We could build a little... pretty shallow right here. We could build a little thing on stilts. Like right here. Sticking out of the water. And then build in and around these ruins. We would have to deal with the drowned and stuff there, though. It's an interesting possibility. I'm not sure if you can stop drowned from spawning by lighting up the floor. I'm pretty much thoroughly lost at this point, so that's good. I think spawn is back that way somewhere, but good luck finding it. No tropical biome yet, which is unfortunate. Let's see. What's this over here? Just a little canyon of sorts. Yeah, there's that. I really do think that this is my best bet. Because we can build stuff sticking up out of the water on that little seamount. And then, I don't know. Build like glass tunnels running along. Well, this is interesting. I'm almost expect to find the Nautilus back in here. That wasn't that great of a book, to be honest. Not talking about 20,000 Leagues Into the Sea, to be clear. If you don't know what book I'm talking about, then you need to read more, Vern. Oh, let's see. There's still that area over there. But I'd really like to find a tropical section out here somewhere. Ooh, this one might be even more interesting. It's deeper. It also has drowned. I wonder if those things just spawn drown around them. Hello, Bo. You never know what I'm talking about? Also, I just realized I goofed this up. The monitor stream is paused instead of being muted. There, much better. Oh, let's see. This would be an interesting place to build. But it looks like it gets even deeper over here, which... I don't know if I can take care of the drowned in those areas, though, is a problem. Ooh, what's this? Is this a shipwreck, maybe? Oh, that's nice. As soon as I get into the water, you can't see a thing. Okay, collect all the goodness. Get out of here before we drown. Some drowning is going to happen anyway. Definitely should make some doors. Okay. So... I just don't see any tropical. There's another shipwreck, this time above water. I really, really want to find a tropical ocean next to a really deep area. Okay, this would be a... Okay, it's not quite as sandy as I had hoped for. I was hoping for a desert. Potatoes. Unbreaking leather pants. Moss blocks, those would be useful. Suspicious stew. I don't know if I should drink that. To be clear, that probably wouldn't be good for me. Feathers. Books are good. Another treasure map. I do have 2 treasure maps for this vague general area, though. Let's put them in my hotbar. Okay, so this one looks like it's treasure right over here. Screw it, let's go get it. I don't know if there's any guardians around treasures normally. So this could end very swiftly and painfully for me. And then I'll never be able to find my way back here ever again. But... okay. I think this is vaguely in the right spot. How deep are these things? Oh, there it is. Ooh. Shiny. Food. And my inventory is full. Well, you know what that means. Did I pick up the boat? Yes, I did. Okay, good deal. Let's actually dump that boat. Let's make a better boat. I'm going to use acacia because I like the way the acacia looks. I thought I made a second set of planks. Oops. Okay. Like so. Acacia boat. Yay. Go ahead and make a normal chest. Why did I drop the acacia boat? I don't know. Why do I do anything? Acacia boat with chest. Alright. We have some place to put our loot. And you have to use shift click to get into it. Just go ahead and dump all the fun stuff in here. We'll dump those because we want melon seeds. Might as well put my fancy leather pants on. Alright, let's go get more. I keep pressing shift to run, which really makes me want to rebind shift to run, but I know if I do it, I will regret it later. Heart of the Sea. What is this? Also, why did I craft a chest when there's a chest right here? Oh well. Okay, so that treasure map is expired. And this one is just right over here. Oh, are these the same map? I think they are. Well, that's unfortunate. Also, I should stop eating my carrots because I want those for planting later. Okay, so these maps, are they now useless? I don't know. We'll keep them around for now. So I think... let's try going this way. There's got to be a tropical biome around here somewhere. I think I might be going the wrong direction, though, because that was a coldish, maybe, biome. Okay, there's a forest of some sort. We don't want to go too far that direction. Man, there's got to be a tropical biome around here somewhere. Failing that, this shipwreck could be a very interesting place to dry out, make into a starting base, because it's right beside a ravine. Let's actually get one of those buried treasure maps. Okay. This won't be helpful for remembering the location. But we should be able to find it from there anyway. Okay. There's one of those underwater village things. Yeah. Might have gone the wrong way to find a tropical biome. Oh, somebody's been here before. Okay. I mean, I'm not terribly surprised that somebody's been here before. But also, I wasn't necessarily expecting it. Oh, let's see. I wouldn't want to settle around here anyway, because it's too close to the shore. I should have made a note of the coordinates. Yeah, that place was too shallow, though. Thinking about that place that had the really shallow area and then the somewhat deep area next to it. Oh, another shipwreck. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to hit you. To the surface before we die. I probably should discard these old treasure maps, because let's be perfectly honest, I don't think they're going to be useful anymore. We'll keep them for a bit, just in case. Okay, so this one is for a different spot. No, it's for exactly the same spot that we've already been to and already looted. How many of the damn identical treasure maps do they have anyway? Well, I know what we're going to do for iron. Come on, let me get on top of my boat. Okay. Go ahead and store some of this stuff. I kind of... Actually, here. Let's take one of the more common things from here. Put in the heart of the sea. And... the carrots. Wait, what did I put in instead of heart of the sea? Let's take the sand. There we go. Put the valuable stuff I really care about in there. Also, I should reorganize my inventory. So that's at least slightly more usable. I kind of want those moss blocks to take the oak planks instead. Basically put everything I don't want to lose just in case I die into my boat. Oh. It's like, whoa, loud noise. Aff just went live, and I had his tab open. I should go reduce his volume so I don't get blasted constantly. Alrighty. Oh, actually, wait, let's go over this way. Yeah. Oh god, Aff is here. There goes the neighborhood. It's like that area looks interesting, but I think it's too shallow, and I don't know if drown constantly spawn there, or if they just can spawn there, or if there's a way to prevent them, or... But every time I go past one of those, there's drowned around it. Okay, there's that temple again. I think that's probably the same one. That would be an awesome place to build. But I don't want to defeat... Well, I'm not equipped to defeat the Guardian. Definitely. And I'm not really great at Minecraft combat at the best of times. Is this a underwater portal? Broken portal? Looks like it. Give on to me your loot. Obsidian, glittering melon, fire charge, golden apple, and a hoe with fortune 1. Okay. I kind of wish I could have a crafting bench on my boat, because now I kind of want a... This would kind of be an awesome place to build around, maybe. The problem is it's not next to anything else. Well, actually, there is that temple right over there somewhere. Or is it over there somewhere? I should go down there and get those. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I really kind of want those. Well, I guess they're not that rare. Okay, is this some person's construction, or is this just something that happened to be this way? This looks like a sunken town, but only partially sunken. And there's definitely drowned around it. Yeah, we probably shouldn't go over there until I have better combat capabilities. I think we're going to keep going that way as much as we can. Okay, thank you, game. Maybe we'll go that way instead. I really want to find a tropical biome. I don't necessarily want to live in it, I want to be near it. Okay. Somebody's definitely been here before and did damage to the environment. That I mind. Help was good. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find much out this way. Did we row around for an entire day? I think we did. Ooh, mushrooms. Also creepers and skeletons with glowy bows. Maybe we won't go over that way. I think we'll go this way and kind of try to figure out where the edges of the ocean are. If we don't find any tropical biomes, then I'll just pick a deep spot and go for it. Which is looking more and more like it might be the case. I'll probably build a temporary base somewhere. I'm kind of looking for like a desert or something. Because at some point I'm not sure which version it would have been in. It was changed so that biomes don't spawn randomly. They tend to spawn in temperature groups a little bit. Which means that if you find a hot biome, there'll probably be other hot biomes nearby. But anyway. This is not a hot biome. So, let's see. We'll keep following the shore here for a bit and see where it ends up. I think I'm kind of on the wrong area for what I want. Okay, here's another underwater village. I don't see any drowned near this one. So let's go for it. Well, this one was obviously raided by somebody previously. They left behind their stone axe. Hey, free axe. Won't say no to that. I think we're going back towards spawn. I'm not actually sure. I do have a compass. Okay, we're not going towards spawn. Quite the opposite. I should Next time it's day, I should find some land, run around for a bit, and get a few sheep. So I have a bed available. Okay. We'll keep going this way for now. No, let's not. Let's see where this passage leads. It leads to nowhere, that's where it leads. Boring. Okay, so I guess we head out this way then. Haven't seen anything interesting for a while. It's not a good sign. Maybe we should pick... Well, wait, no, wait. We can't pick the boat up at this point. At this point, we are firmly wedded to the sea because we have too much to carry. Okay, the sun's coming up. There's a bunch of lighting inland. Yeah, there's somebody in there. Let's see. There's got to be someplace interesting around here. We might just have to go back to some of the interesting places I discovered that I passed up because they weren't near anything tropical. And again, there's no real... Okay, we're definitely going back over ground we've been over before, I think. Have we been here before? Is this one we raided earlier? Guess there's an easy way to figure it out. No, it is not. Okay. More stuffs. Mending boots and a golden pickaxe with mending. Okay. Golden pickaxes are generally pretty useless. But maybe we can I can't remember if you can transfer the enchantment to a completely different material thing. Okay, more ecological damage. Yeah, this is definitely an area that's been explored before. Okay, we're just normal ocean biome. Yeah, we've definitely been here before. But let's keep going this way anyway in the hopes that we find something, like a different passage we can take or something. Maybe we haven't been here before? It's so hard to tell. In any case, I'm on the lookout for sheep right now. And if I see any, they will die. There's some cows. Don't care about cows though. They don't drop wool. Okay, more pumpkins. We're definitely out of the ocean at this point. Hopefully we find another one without having to actually turn around and go back. This is looking like it might be sheep territory. There's some horses. There's a sheep. Hello, sheeps. I am here to inform you that in order for good sleeping behaviors to be a thing, or rather so I can set spawn points, you must die. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay. There we go. Alright, 3 wool, That's all we needed. Collect a little bit of that stuff as well. More things I can farm. Things I can discard if I run out of stuff. More sheep. And this is getting narrower, which in real life would not bode well for my attempt at finding a ocean, but here is probably still okay. Unless we run into a sudden dead end. Okay, we didn't. Hopefully we're coming back to an ocean. I don't want to live in the middle of a forest at the bottom of a river. That would be boring. Large pool. We can actually use this as kind of a weird directional indicator. We'd probably try to find our way back to where we found that treasure map, because that was sort of a possibility, maybe. Not like an exciting place to live someday, maybe, or anything like that, but as a, yeah, there's lots of drowned around there. Not interested. Yet. Need to figure out which direction I'm going. I should have been recording coordinates for the interesting areas. Now we'll never find them again. Oh, okay, I know where we're at. This is the Lost Island, or whatever it's called again. It's not really an island, though. Well, I think we're going the right way now. Maybe. Well, as much as any way is right when I'm wandering around semi-aimlessly. Yeah, because right now we're going pretty much directly away from spawn. So we're kind of retracing our steps at this point. If it wasn't for the drowned, that'd be the place probably. Or a place. Nice and deep. Lots of ruins to repurpose. Build a glass dome over it or something, and well, building domes is hard. Okay. I think that's a shipwreck that I might have looted already. Assuming it's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, we're definitely headed back the direction we came. I think that's the one where I found the first treasure map. Yeah, it is, because here's the one where I found the second treasure map. And then there's the beach where the treasures were, where the treasure was, since they were identical copies of the same map. So, okay, so we want to go kind of this way for now. I'm tempted to drop a bed on this thing here. Turn this into a temporary home base. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and dry this thing out. That's not going to work. Because it's an infinite water source, you idiot. Okay, we're gonna have to fill this in with sand. Or something. I do have some sand available, so that's good. Pull the whole thing in. Yeah. We can go ahead and put our bed in here. Live in the captain's quarters. Go ahead and dig out. Dig out the chest first. And then, no, not that. There we go. Okay, do I want to store anything here? Let's store one of our treasure maps there. No, 2 of them. All of them are identical anyway, I think. Oh no, this one's different. Okay, cool. We have this one, and then we have this completely different one. We'll have to go explore later. Where did I leave? Did I place it in here? Where did I leave my crafting bench? Whatever. Let's start by repairing the sides of the boat here, which we will do by making a crafting bench. And then making some stairs. Go ahead and put the crafting bench there. Okay. So just go ahead and make this all into useful stuff. What is with me and forgetting the easy recipes? Okay, 8 stairs should be enough for now. Damn it, it's dark oak. Oh well, who cares? It's a patched up boat. What do you expect? Go ahead and clear this out quickly. Go. Now. Sand. Go ahead and get rid of this. And there we go. Center area is dried out. Okay, we're going to have to fill that with sand as well, of course. I don't know why I'm bothering to try to take any shortcuts. It's not going to work. Okay. Ditch this over the side. Give me that water. I need to make some torches so we don't spawn this full of monsters. Thankfully, I do have some cobble, so I can make a furnace. I'll put that there. Do I have any... It's not dark oak, it's spruce. Okay, whatever. I do have a little bit of acacia left. Enough to make a few basic torches. Where'd I put that acacia? There it is. Okay. Sticks. Did I leave all the sticks in the boat? Yes, I did. Okay. One of you, one charcoal, boom, 4 torches. Put one there. Put one there. Put one there. And one there. We've got the base level of the boat lit up. I'm not going to count on that being perfect solution. Let's make some doors. These, I think, are spruce doors. Do I still have spruce? Or did I use it all up like an idiot? I used most of it up like an idiot. Put a door there. Ah, shit. Let's go ahead and put that right back where it came from. Like that. Oh, hello, Azure. Nobody was here for a while, and so I forgot to look at chat, and yes. In any case, have I played Divinity anytime recently? No, I have not. The only Divinity I ever played was Divinity 2. As in the original Divinity 2, not Divinity 2 original, not Original Sin 2. So, that is probably a lot different than what you would be looking for. Okay, I'm going to widen this out a little bit. Yeah, anyway. So I can't really help with what you're likely looking for. Where did that other... Oh, this is the... I'm an idiot. Got mixed up on the wrong side. Looks like you need a magnifying glass and a skill. Yeah. Definitely not thinking of Divinity 2 that I'm thinking of then. Okay. And you can go there. I'm not going to repair the whole ship or anything silly like that. But I do want to fix these holes in the roof. Why was I using a fish? And you know what? We're just going to pretend that didn't happen. Alright, I'm going to chop down part of this mast. It is indeed spruce. Good. Need a little bit more spruce to fill some holes around here. Like that one. This, I think, is just normal oak. But then I want some spruce to craft bits and pieces. Wait, is it 2 rows? Yes, it is. Okay. This is definitely kind of a silly way to make a floor, but it does increase the... We're gonna call it. Okay, do I still have oak planks? Yes, I do. Boom. Alright. Welcome to the little home away from home. Now, let's go craft a bed. So I can respawn here if things go terribly, horribly wrong. That is, after all, the whole point of this place. So that I can have a respawn. Okay. Spawn point set. That's what I was after. The item's description said what you needed. Stealthy. Okay, so. My compass should always point back to here now. Yay. All is right in the world. Now, what else did I want to do around here? Guess you'll save scum and identify till it's something useful. That sounds like the kind of thing I would do. The best scum is the save scum, after all. Okay. What else did I want to do around here? Oh yes, make a sign. So that anybody who stops by can tell what this place is. Okay. Where should we put said sign? We just stick it here on the side. Okay. And we'll put another one over here. Alright. Now, is there anything else I want to do around here before I sail off into the sunset? Let's use up this last sign so I don't have to carry it around with me. You know what? Let's just leave it blank. Stick it there to get rid of it and leave it blank. Okay, we do have some stairs to get rid of as well. Do I have any real use for them? Maybe. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with this ceiling here. Well, let's remove it because it's in the way. Ooh. More goodies that I missed. And a bottle of enchanting to boot. Okay. You know, by the time I'm done here, I'm going to have accidentally the whole place. Not sure if that's a good thing or not. Okay. Alrighty then. I should put, like, something between these two sides, but then you won't be able to walk through there, so... yeah. Also, I'm kind of tempted to mine out this floor and replace it with... screw it, we're not gonna. It doesn't mean I have more crap that I have to carry around, though. I'm going to leave a bunch of this stuff in this chest here, though. The various wood block pieces, chests, planks I'm taking. The extra stone axe I'll take. Pretty much all the rest of this I'm going to take, actually. Okay, what can we fit on board the boat? Golden apple and fire charge should get stored. The metals we should store. The glistering melon. I don't remember if this is a food or not. Oops. Obsidian won't fit. Oh yeah, I should put those boots on. Might as well put the pickaxe here just so I have a pickaxe available. Emeralds? Yes, we can store those. Okay, well. Off we go. This isn't actually pointing at my bed at all, is it? Okay. I thought the compass pointed at your bed after you place one, but I guess not. That's moderately annoying, but not a big deal. Need to find some place where I can start actually building a proper base. Put down proper storage and all that fun stuff. There's a drowned. Hello, drowned. Goodbye, drowned. We're gonna be following our path right around again, aren't we? But I've been around here before and didn't discover anything useful. Or at least not what I was looking for. Let's go over here and see if this leads us anywhere. Assuming it's not a dead end. I really, really want to find a tropical biome somewhere. Quite a lot of turtles around here. I should try killing some and see if I can make a turtle helmet. Sorry, turtle. But your body parts can be used for useful things. Seagrass. Worthless. I miss the good old days when you just spam clicked to do more damage. More seagrass. Worthless. Okay. Back to the boat. I don't feel like chasing around through the water. It was worth a try. Seagrass isn't precisely useless, I guess. It's just useless to me right now. Anyway. Oh, let's see. This is looking more and more like it's a dead end. There's a village. Ooh. Nice. We'll have to stop in there. And then I'll fill up with loot that I can't carry. Okay. Village. Those hay bales will be food for years. This would be an opportunity to use the hoe, I guess. It's probably a bit of a waste of a fortune hoe, but oh well. It's not like I was going to use it for anything else. More hay bales. More food. I'm certainly not going to need any wheat for a long time. No, there's a cat. Could have got a bed from here. Oh, there's a blacksmith. Awesome. This hoe's going to break like any minute now. Which is fine. Get it out of my inventory. I probably should have kept it just to see if I could transfer the enchantment to something else. I don't know if that's a thing you can do nowadays or not. Oh well. Too late now. Oh, what is this? Repair and disenchant. Well. Okay. I mean, if you insist. Diamonds. More obsidian. Apples. Gold. A better sword. And iron legs. I kind of like my fancy pants. And looks like there's another blacksmith up here. Okay. We'll let him have his grinding stone this time. Bit of bread, some iron horse armor, and an iron pick. There's some bees. Ooh, where's the hive? Where's the hive? Because if I can get them into their hive and collect it like at night or something. Where's your hive, buddy? Or don't you have a hive? Don't see a beehive. Might just be a matter of me being blind. which is a thing that does happen occasionally. Don't see any. There it is. Okay. I'll have to remember vaguely where it is so I can come back and try to get it when the bees all are in it at night. Actually, I don't remember if you can just break hives by hand or if you need to. A looting sword for 17 emeralds. It's pretty expensive. Meaning it actually might not be that expensive. Oh well, let's get back to the boat. I don't actually need a beehive right now. And I'm not sure what I would do with one if I had one. Except try to farm bees somehow. Where boat? Boat should be around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Good. I really can't lose this boat. It's loaded with all kinds of crap. I mean, I could lose it. It would just be annoying. Okay, that answers that question. These are not food. There's another beehive. There's another village. Okay. This was a profitable direction to go in then. I don't know how much time I want to spend around these villages though, because they might get exciting at night and I don't really want to hang around here. Okay, let's steal all your food. It's not like they want this stuff anyway. My inventory is getting very full. I need to do something about that. Okay, it's going to be night soon. They do have an iron golem. That's cool. There's a village bell, which I don't know what I would use it for. There's cats all over the place. There's a woof. Collect all this stuff. There's the library, I think. No, it isn't. That's fine. You have loot. Let me liberate that from you. Oh, sawmill. What's this do? Oh, stonecutter. Okay. Well, I kind of want that. Okay, back to the boat. Let's get out of here. There's all sorts of fun stuff around here, looks like. More loot to get, such like. But ultimately, that's not what I'm here for. My inventory is too full as it is. Hey, squid, get away from the boat. Okay, does this end over here, or does it keep going? Looks like it keeps going. That's good. There's a warmer biome. Bunch of horses and cows. Hopefully this opens up into an ocean with a tropical one area in it. Because that's what I want right now. Nice tropical ocean biome. I don't necessarily want to live in one, but I want to be near it. Although it would be cool to live in a reef. Or next to a reef, I guess would be better, so you can be deep down. And still carry some reef bits to... Don't shoot me, you bastards. Okay, they missed. I don't know if we're gonna find anything like that around here. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. I should probably be collecting resources as we go. Oh, Mana Grove. Oh, nice. Unfortunately, there's no good way to swim through there. Not, you know, not swim, but drive my little boat. You getting your butt kicked in this fight? Well, may I suggest finding a fight where you're not getting your butt kicked? There you go. Helpful advice from Milo that is of no use whatsoever. Okay, so we found a mana grove back in here, which is cool, but it's night, so I can't really explore it properly. And also, I don't know if it'll lead to anywhere actually useful or not. But it's cool, so I guess that counts for something. Okay, this is the wrong way. It will be day before too long. Let's actually turn around and head back over toward the Mana Grove Swamp. I want to poke around in there during the day. See if I can find anything worthwhile. The answer to that is probably no. But it's worth a try. Maybe. Also, it might be worth climbing up on a hill and taking a look around. Unfortunately, the view distance is really low here. I don't think that's on my side. I don't want to stop here. Okay, there's likely a lava pool up there, judging by the flame. Which I guess if I wanted to do something stupid and go to the Nether without basically any gear and with my inventory crammed full of stuff, that would be an opportunity to do so. It's going to be a little while before it's daylight. Okay, let's leave the boat behind. Oh, damn it. Okay, there we go. Yay, we're up in the trees. Okay. Is this going to gain me anything? I mean, there's the obvious answer to that, and it is no. We could dig a narrow little moat through. Not like moat, but like a... what are you gonna call it? And get into the swamp proper. That's actually probably a good idea. We can just dig right through the mud right here. When it turns daylight. Yeah. There's a bastard underneath me. Which I'm not overly impressed about, but oh well. Where's the sun? Come to me, Mr. Sun. I need your monster frying light. Also, it probably wouldn't hurt to collect some Mana Grove stuff. I don't think they grow from normal saplings, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I thought it was close to daylight, but instead it was just getting to be night. The moon is slowly going down, but it's got a ways to go yet. Alright, what can we do while we're up here? Guess it probably wouldn't hurt to sort our inventory a little bit. Let's put this golden pickaxe away. Iron pick. Got some raw mutton. Should have cooked that before I left. We do have some apples. We could make some interesting stuff with that. Stone cutter we don't need in our hands. Grindstone we don't need in our hands. Those will be useful later. Put that over there. We've only got a little tiny bit of free inventory space, which is unfortunate. The boat is completely full of more valuable things. I think those things there are the mangrove version of saplings, but I'm not actually 100% sure of that. Anyway. Go down faster, damn you. Sun's starting to come up. It'll be a bit before the zombie goes fry, though. And getting down is going to be... not too hard. We can just go down here, I guess. Yeah, these mangrove blocks are really interesting. Okay. Worst case, we're going to have to fight a zombie. Which, I don't know about you guys, but zombies are not really the hardest enemies in the game. In my view. Is he like underground or something? Because I hear him very distinctly, but I don't see him. Interesting. Okay, well, we need a shovel. So let's make a crafting table. I kind of wish I could carry a crafting table on the boat. I don't know, maybe you can craft a boat with crafting table, but it's more useful to have the storage space, so. I kind of wish you could carry both, is what I really should say. Okay, so. Let's make a stone shovel and get this dirt out of the way. We need at least a 2 wide passage. We can just cut some of this stuff down. Okay. And then dig our way through. These mud blocks are kind of interesting. They're renewable somehow, but I don't remember how. Okay. And my inventory is full. Which ditch that. Ditch that. And yay, the inventory is completely full. We have no room to carry anything else. Let's go see if we can, if there's anything we can put into the boat or get rid of. We need to do some serious inventory management. Okay, the suspicious stew. It sounds suspicious. I don't want it. Mangrove we'll put in there. Mud we'll put in there. Moss carpet we can make with moss blocks later. We'll wait to throw that away though. Okay, you. Mangrove, property glue, something or other. Okay, we'll collect a few more of those. I hope they're what we need to grow mangroves. Oh, there's the zombie. He's up in the tree. Wow, what a cheater. Okay. Well, let's get in the boat and get out of here then. Don't need to hang around and deal with him. Okay, so this little passageway. Our way out of here. I think we can... No! No, boat! Boat friend, no! This is gonna be such a pain in the ass to get this out of here. Oh, come on. Can we bump poop it out with our head? No, we can't. That thing is absolutely loaded with stuff. Do I have any chests in my inventory? No, and my inventory is full, too. Well, that sucks. Okay. Let's go ahead and empty our inventory into here. And then we can go empty the boat's inventory into our own. It would really suck if we died right about now. Okay. And then we place the boat. Refill its inventory. Recollect our inventory. And might as well try to bring this along with us. Alright, off we sail. Hopefully we discover something useful out here. Although I'm gonna admit, it's not looking like it. This is a very interesting biome, though. That was epic. I mean, enemy cast decaying flesh on the boss, then the same guy cast heal on him, killing him. Okay. Sounds like an interesting twist of events. What is this over here? Oh. Okay. Well. Shit. I gotta get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, the moss carpet we don't need. The gold ingot can go in there. Let's back this away from here. We do not want it to be sucked into the depths or anything stupid like that. We already had to deal with that once. Okay. Obsidian, flint and steel, multiples of them. We just don't have the inventory space to carry this stuff. Let's ditch a couple stacks of kelp, as much as it pains me to do so. Okay, look, game. Kelp goes in. Also, let's do the we'll keep the sugar cane for now. Okay. I need blocks in my hotbar somewhere. Okay, here we go. Give me that sweet, sweet gold. So this wasn't a total loss. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these flint and steels. Just in case we can find a use for it later. Alright, I guess we're gonna head back out the way we came in. Because... No, not yet. We're gonna go explore on land a little bit first. Because if there's another narrow path to water through here, I would really be sad if I didn't discover it. Not looking like it, that's a thing, though. Okay, let's go back closer to the boat, climb up into the trees, and see if we can see anything on the horizon. Thank you, Vines. You're awesome. Okay. There we go. Green trees as far as the eye can see. Okay. Oh shit. Ah, that was dumb. Note to self, don't do that. Okay, back out the way we came. Which is going to be exciting, and I'm not going to do what I did last time. This time... I'm going to ensure that this place does not suck me down or anything. Okay. That's what sucked the boat down last time, as I tried to surf through there and it didn't work out. Okay, so back the way we came, back out to the ocean, I guess. A little sad. I was hoping we would find a different path through here, but I guess not. Oh yeah, I was gonna check. Let's try turning that up to 20 chunks for now. I don't think it'll change anything because I think it's a server setting. But I can always hope. Yeah. Wonder what the server render distance is. Whatever it is pretty low. And it's gonna be night again by the time we get out to the water. Oh, this is the wrong way. We need to take this narrow path here. I really need to just settle on a base and start building, because my inventory is full, my chest is full. I have a lot of stuff that I don't want to drop. So I probably should just go find a nice place out in the ocean and start building. There's a couple strong contenders. So we'll go back out toward the temporary ship base. We'll dump some of our inventory there, and then we'll go poking around out in the water a little bit and find a nice place out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, the ship base. This is not the right map for that. Where's the other map? There it is. Ship base is this way, I think. Not that the map actually tells us anything, but... There's a spooter coming for our succulent flesh. Looks like there's another lava pool over here. Going to assume that's a lava pool. It could be some random idiot with a flint and steel, but I kind of doubt it. Okay, back out to the ocean. See if we can kill this idiot. Hey, get back here. More seagrass. Okay. Hopefully one of you guys drops a turtle shell. Man, I suck at combat in this game. Can't hit the broadside of a barn. Damn it. That kind of worked. What even is the range on this? Whatever it is, it's not great. How am I missing him at this range? I must be doing something very wrong. Oh, hello, creeper. Could you please, like, go somewhere else for a bit? Actually, I would be okay with you blowing up as long as it's over there. Okay, I guess. Dropped absolutely nothing of any use to anybody. I really want to check that place out. I do have the inventory space for the gold. Okay, back to the boat. Discretion is the better part of valor and all that fun stuff. I don't have the food for this. Yeah, screw you, baby zombie. We'll sail out around here. Maybe we can come back in and grab that gold later. This place is going to be infested with drowned. It's unfortunate. I would like to loot it. We need to clear some inventory space too. We'll get over here and we're farther away from monsters and just discard some of this crap. Okay, gold ingots can go in the chest. Diamonds can go in the chest. Okay, we've actually cleared up some empty space here. Let's actually uncraft the block of gold, because that'll let me compress things a little bit more. Okay. Let's make a run for that gold. This is stupid. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, that was dumb. That was very dumb. Let's see. Did I leave any boat making materials around this place? No, I did not. Go me. Okay, we're over that way somewhere. I guess we're going to wait until it's daylight. We should be far enough away. We should be far enough away from anything exciting. I need more lighting for this boat. Yeah, over there is where my corpse is. So as soon as it's lighter, we'll go murder a tree and then go swimming or boating. Oh. If anybody was watching this, in order to enjoy my excellent skills in Minecraft combat, they're at the wrong place. Had to res 2 peeps, but oh well. Somehow you won. Yeah, one of these days, for Nostalgia Night, I might have to play Dungeon Siege 2. And then you shall all see true incompetence. Okay, it's gonna be daylight soon. So, let's get ready to go get some wood. Once those idiots there despawn. Or at least stop being hostile in the case of spiders. Oh, that's where I left my... I wonder if my boat's still laying out there. Because I had an extra boat that I just dropped in the ground out there. It's probably despawned by now. Come on. Start burning Mr. Skeleton and Zambi. I need to go get my stuff. It is outside of range right now, so it probably is unloaded. And therefore is not likely to... Does anybody else find it annoying that you can see farther when you're above the water than when you're under the water? Like, see farther into the water? I wonder if there's a setting I can change to, well, change that. I know it used to be that you could use Optifine to fix that issue. Okay, the boat's definitely gone. Listen here, zombie, I'm not interested in you. Okay, back to punching a tree. We only need 2 wood. Because we already have a crafting bench out here. Why I left a random crafting bench out in the middle of the desert? Well, beach, I guess it is. Who knows? I do weird things sometimes. Alright. I was just shot at. Okay, right over this way somewhere is where I died. Where exactly this way? I don't know for sure. So let's head a little more that way in hopes of running into the coast. Okay, there we go. And then it's over this way here somewhere where we found the village. And then the village we left farther around up here. Is this actually the beach in question right here? I think it might be. So it'd be right over there where we died. I think. Yeah, because right here's the sunken village thing. And yeah, right there's where we died. Okay. And there's the boat. Yay, boat. Hello, friendly boat. With all of your delightful stuff in it. Meanwhile, let's go get my gear. Oh, you really make a mess when you die, don't you? Okay, we've got flint. Silk touch pickaxe. Nice. Oh, it's respiration 2. Heck yes. I could use 100 of those. Well, 1 will be fine. Okay, we don't need rotten flesh. I do want this grindstone. Let's go put my armor on first. Golden boots. Respiration 2 helmet. I don't know if that takes damage as you use it. I hope it doesn't, because... where's my fancy pants? There they are. Okay. And there was a golden block up there, and still is up there, matter of fact. Give unto me your golden self. Okay, help. We'll ditch the chest. Alright, back to the boat. And then back to the other boat so we can clear out some inventory space. And then we need to find a place to build. Need to craft some food. I think I have some food. Yes I do, I have bread. Let's get my inventory in some semblance of something barely resembling organized. Oh look, there's some raiders. Yeah, screw you guys. That's one thing we won't have to deal with out here. I think I'll just find the deepest part of the ocean and build there. Probably out here actually be fine. Maybe over there somewhere. There's some chasm-looking things around here. Like there's glow squid. You can find a nice, deep, dark area. And just start building glass structures under the water. Light them up really well from the inside so the whole place just kind of glows. I think it'll look awesome. Obviously for that we will have to have glass. Okay, stuff I can ditch. Let's just... we actually have enough obsidian we can make a portal. Pretty much anywhere we wanted. Okay, so iron nuggets, iron, gold. Let's craft the nuggets. As many of them as we can anyway. Into ingots. Boom, 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 boom. We actually have a pretty decent supply of this stuff now. Grindstone and stone cutter we'll place in here somewhere. Right there, I guess. Okay, mangrove roots, mud, acacia. I don't know what of this stuff I should take along with me and what I should leave here. We're gonna need building materials before anything else. I haven't discovered a desert yet. Okay. Do I have any chests in here? I don't really. I don't know what Heart of the Sea does. That's gotta be useful for something. Okay, hay bales. You can keep for now. I just need to start building a storage area up here. Up here is actually probably a good place for it. Let's remove this pitiful excuse for furniture. Go downstairs and make some chests and try to get things organized a little bit. Hello, Man. I have been rambling endlessly, more or less, for a while now. At least pretending to. Alright, let's plunk some of this crap down. Interesting blocks, I guess. You know what? Screw it. I'm not going to bother sorting anything. It's just all going to go in the chests. Things I want can come back out. This is strictly temporary. No matter what sorting I come up with, I'm going to undo later. I just put some stuff in here that I know I want. Like this bread, for starters. Pickaxes can be stored. Carrots can be stored. Melons can be stored. Treasure map, keep. Go downstairs. Leave those in here. Take those, take those. Everything that I'm not going to be using immediately gets hauled upstairs and stored. Alright, hopefully we have enough room up here. Okay. So these are the identical treasure maps. We'll put one in there. Now somewhere around here I have another treasure map. Is it still in the boat? Yes, it is. Okay. Most of this crap goes upstairs. Alright, we are all set up to go exploring without losing everything we own. This treasure map has already been discovered and uncovered, and can kind of, sort of be used for finding our way back home a little bit. I want to find a desert, and I really want to find a tropical ocean. Neither of those seems likely, because I'm going to need a ton of sand. I can mine a lot of it off these beaches, I guess. But I'd rather find a desert where I can just mine away. Currently over there in that beach is probably my best sand mine option. But yeah. Okay, so I'm not really sure where this map is. Okay, also we can use, I guess we could use this one to get ourselves oriented as well. So we are sitting off the end of that. So, like this. Which means we need to go this way to find the location with the treasure map. I suppose we might as well find out where the treasure goes. We've been nearby, I'm fairly certain before, but not like really close nearby. Obviously, we haven't uncovered any of the map itself. But I don't remember if maps uncover themselves if you're carrying them in your inventory. I think you have to open them periodically to uncover them. So let's just keep poking around a bit here. Our little dot in the corner is getting larger. That means we're getting closer. That is why also another reason why I'm keeping the treasure map for the treasure we've already uncovered. Because I can use it to very poorly direct my way back to wherever I'm going. Yeah, I've been to this place here before. Okay, I remember correctly, this was north. So we're still going this way. This place has been looted. Because I did it myself. I am 99.9% sure. I think out here somewhere in the open ocean is probably where I'm gonna build my base. That way I'll have lots of room to plunk down some kind of tower that comes up out of the water for boat docking. And then glass rooms all around the ocean floor. Oh. We are here. Or nearby anyway. Yeah, the circle's slowly getting bigger. We have almost entered the map. There we go, we're on the map. Okay, so the picture on the map maybe vaguely. Yeah, okay, the coastline is correct, I guess. Oh, there's a house. I don't know if it's a village or not. Yeah, it's a village. Well, sorry villagers, but we're visiting you in the middle of the night to steal your treasure. Probably shouldn't be too close to the village at night. That makes zombies spawn, and they do bad things. It is pretty close to midnight. That's mildly unfortunate. Have to wait quite a while for it to be daylight. I don't want to die out here. Because I'm going to have to make another boat and sail out here again. And yeah. Not my idea of an exciting day. Speaking of exciting days, though. This would be an interesting place to build. Not quite what I had originally imagined. But it's very deep. Narrow little canyon. Nah, too close to shore. There's a drowned. Yeah, I need to cook like a mountain of glass. Okay, I thought I saw a zombie around here somewhere earlier. Villager workstation. Zombies are best avoided. Hello, Mr. Villager. Do you have any loot inside your house? You do. Most of it's largely useless, though. Okay. There's some food. You can always come out here and get some of this stuff later, though. Most of the things I would really want. Oh, a brewing stand. Give me. We would still need to go to the nether and get another ward, I guess, though, so it's not really that big of a win. Okay, this village doesn't really have much interesting in it. There's whatever that structure is. Okay. It always annoyed me how shoddily constructed most villages are in this game. The buildings, they're okay. Grab some cauldrons, because why not? Bread. Leather armor. Sure. Are these just slabs? I think they are. Oh well. Cauldrons are nice. Not sure what I'll use them for, but they're nice. There's another stone cutter. We already have one. Don't need more. Cauldrons can be used. Damn skeleton. Cauldrons can be used to get some infinite resources. Okay, let's go ahead and collect this. And then right over there somewhere in the sand is our treasure. The other side of the sand, I guess it would be. Bubbles, huh? Oh, okay. Underneath the village is some stuff. Alright, sun's coming up. Soon those spiders will no longer be a problem. So let's book it over there. Okay, they're definitely still interested in me. Come on, guys, it's almost daylight. Go do whatever spiders do during the day. Namely, leave me alone. Okay, there we go. Oh. Somebody was here before me. And they dug out the treasure first. Okay. Rip. Alright, back to the boat. That was not the most successful trip ever, but oh well. Okay, now we seriously need to go. That looks really deep. I don't really want to live underneath the village, though. Yeah. I really don't want to live underneath the village. Okay, so... I guess let's go mine sand somewhere. We need a lot of it. If I want any hope of glass, I'm going to have to mine a lot of sand. And wood. So we probably should do some tree chopping as well. Alas, alas, tree capitator is not a thing in vanilla. That said, kelp. Kelp apparently can be dried and used for fuel. I'm not sure how you dry it though. And if you dry it in a furnace, for example, I'm not sure if it gives more fuel than it takes. Because collecting lots of kelp would be very easy. Well, let's go back to the boat. Which is somewhere that way, I think. Did I store my compass? I must have. There's some copper and stuff on there. Because if I can get away without having to cut down a whole pile of trees, I'll be happy. And building a kelp farm is not that hard. Especially when you're living in the ocean where you don't actually even have to farm it. Because really what I need to do is I need to pick a place where I want to build. Probably somewhat close to my existing boat base. And then drop down to the bottom, place a couple doors. Give myself a dry spot to work from. And then start building. What is this? Oh, okay. Boring. It looked almost like it was stone brick or something at first. Okay, this I think might be... Okay, where am I? We are straight off the end of the... Yeah, okay, I know where I'm at now. This is a shipwreck that I looted originally. And over there, ahead of us, just out of view, is the shipwreck we turned into a temporary base. Think? Are there drowned here? Because if there's not any drowned here, then this would be like a reasonable-ish place to build. Or at least a reasonable-ish place to stop and collect some loot. Coal, emeralds. There's is drowned. There's a drowned. Okay, yeah, screw this. I have better things to do than hang around an area with a bunch of really hefty mobs. Okay, that might not have been the same shipwreck I was thinking of. But... where even am I? Definitely went the wrong way. Because back over here we were fairly close, I think. The thing I used to orient myself last time. Okay. So we're going perpendicular to the direction that the boat was in. So if we go back this way a little bit. There, we're straight across from it. It's either straight that way or straight that way. So let's try straight this way first. Because this feels more likely. Okay, there's a shipwreck. If we don't very quickly find the boat, then we're probably going the wrong way. Okay, I'm going to say right now that we're going the wrong way. No, actually we might not be, because our dot appears to be getting bigger. Okay, right out here might be where I'm going to build the base. Okay, that, I think, is actually the shipwreck that we found earlier. Yeah. That's more like it. And then this over here, in a second, there it is. There's home base. Okay. Okay. We found our way back to the temporary base. So let's stop here. Let's unload our crap. Let's go collect a whole bunch of kelp. And we'll see what we can do with kelp. Okay, so upstairs to the crap chests. Okay, the crap chest is full. Alright, we have relatively full health on that. Let's go find out if swimming around through the water decreases our... Okay, that definitely gives us way longer underwater breathing time. So that's awesome. Yeah, this helmet is going to be incredibly important for our chosen lifestyle. Give me all that sweet, sweet kelp. Okay. It doesn't appear to be using durability just by swimming around underwater, which is what I was mildly worried about. There's a drowned. Go away, bastard. I'm not interested in whatever you're trying to sell. If I remember correctly, these things are a lot tougher than normal zombies, which is annoying. It doesn't actually seem to be any tougher. Maybe we're okay. I'm going to have to do fun things like soul sand perimeters around the base and stuff, and I don't know if you can prevent drown spawning by lighting up the bottom, but I guess we're going to find out. Because I'm definitely going to light up the bottom. And if that works, then great, I'll just build a soul sand perimeter around the base. And that, hopefully, should lift drowned up and out of the way. I don't know if that's a good idea. It might be better to put a lava stone thingy. Dig a trench and put lava stone on the bottom to suck them to their doom. Damn, nights really don't last very long, do they? Okay. Help. Okay, I guess you can't do that. Can I burn kelp? No, I can't. What did I do with that coal I picked up? I probably shouldn't burn all my coal. Because I do want to be able to make some torches with it and light this boat up a little bit better. But we will use one piece, and we'll see if we can use that to get jump started. Speaking of which, did I leave my sticks up here? Yes, I did. Okay. We gotta light this place up so we don't spawn monsters inside of our shiny new boat. Okay, where would be the best place to put torches? One there, one there, one there, one there. Okay, good enough. Let's go up top here. Put one there. One there, and one there. And we'll put one out here. And there, and there. I think... enemy spawning? Hello, Nova. I think that's light enough for now. Okay, we've got dried kelp. Can we burn dried kelp? No, we can't. Can we craft dried kelp into something that will burn? Well, not that much of it, apparently. Okay, we're going to need to go get more wood for burning purposes. Also, we should put some torches here. I think it was changed so that enemies no longer spawn at the same light levels they used to. I think it has to be completely dark for enemies to spawn now. But I'm not going to trust my safety to weird half recollections of things that might have been changed at some point. Okay, what do we have up here that I don't want that I can burn? I don't... Okay, we'll burn this various wood crap. I'm really hoping that I can start a self-sustaining dry kelp, burn dried kelp, make more dried kelp sort of thing. But I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't know if that's going to be an actual realistic thing that can be done. So I guess we're going to have to find out how much a dried kelp block can, well, dry. Okay, it is burnable. As long as it burns for more than 9 items, then we'll come out ahead. And kelp, well, let's put it this way. There are miles of kelp, and it stretches as far as the eye can see. I don't think we're going to run out anytime soon. It's going pretty long. It hasn't decreased yet. We've gotten 3. So already a third of a block, and it hasn't used a third of the fire. So let's craft more furnaces. Where did I put that? That's probably in the downstairs chest. Okay. I should go mine more cobble as well. We'll make 4 of them. Okay. We haven't even used up half of the block of kelp, and we already have enough to make a second block. So, plan dry kelp by burning kelp is a go. We'll put the furnaces up here. There we go. I'm not sure how much a dried kelp block lasts for. Actually, you know what? Putting them up here is dumb. Let's put them down here in the storage room. This is actually turning into an actual proper base. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Okay. Go downstairs and collect more dried kelp. Yeah. It looks like we might get at least 2 blocks. More than 2 blocks out of every one we burn. So, I guess that's pretty nice. Let's go up here and get another one started going. I think we're going to let that one burn down all the way to see what it makes without taking anything out of it or touching it otherwise. Okay, so we've taken 18 out of this one so far, I think. There's 21. I wonder if it does half a stack. No, not half a stack. Okay. 22? Maybe? Okay, you are at 12 so far. Looks like maybe they do 24. Or something vaguely thereabouts. 22, 24, or something like that. Okay, so if I was going to fix this ship up to fully repaired, minus the mast condition, how should I do that? I kind of want to leave the well open here in the middle. I might even cut this back some. You don't have to repair it exactly the same way the Mojang designer would have done it, after all. Yeah. I think we'll leave it alone for now, though. Okay, we're at 17. We're just going to go ahead and take that, come down here and make another one, get another furnace going. Like that. Also, do I have any just planks laying around somewhere? Must be up here in the junk chest. Why would I put planks in the junk chest? I thought I had some oak planks. Must have used them up. Okay, what was I going to make with them anyway? Crafting bench? Well, I assume you can make a crafting bench out of mixed types. Come on, scroll wheel, stop misbehaving. Okay. You get burning, you get burning. We'll go up, check the upstairs one, see how much each one actually does. Apparently they do 20. Okay. That is mildly unfortunate. It's not evenly divisible by 64. But it's not a big deal. Okay. Dried kelp goes in there. We need to get a lot of this stuff drying so that we can have enough to get the furnaces burning and then go collect more kelp. Speaking of which, I should go collect more kelp right now. Let it burn while we're gone, come back and harvest the furnaces. Okay. Figure out which one of these is the most burned down. Probably the one downstairs, to be honest. Considering the other one's not even running. Alright. Kelp collection time. Die, kelp, die! Your sacrifice shall power my industry. This helmet is amazing. And I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't discovered it. Because this is saving me so much time and effort. It's going to be awesome building down here under the water, I think. I mean, the actual process of building under the water is going to suck. But it's going to look awesome. What should be worth not much, Azure? The nice thing, kelp is also a food when it's dried, apparently. The kelp? Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to provide us with fuel that we need for making glass, so it'll be worth plenty enough for my purposes. We just need to get more of it going. It is a little bit annoying to collect, but I think I know of a way to solve that. We can build some dedicated kelp tanks eventually. If you build some dedicated kelp tanks, then we just have to run through them, punching the kelp out. Or even better, build some redstone contraption to punch the kelp out when we pull a lever or push a button or something. Okay. Swimming definitely feels different from the way it used to. Okay. I need to actually craft these into stuff. Okay, let's get this going. Yeah, there we go. We're actually starting to get some amount of more kelp than what we need to run the furnaces. As in, we can have extra fuel waiting in them. Let's go downstairs and harvest that furnace as well. It's probably done burning, but I don't really want to use this furnace for kelp production long term. I also need to go mine stone. I should set up an automated furnace, but I don't have any redstone yet. Okay. You know, so many things in vanilla owe their existence to Minecraft modders. Mojang never would have thought of it if modders hadn't done it first. Things like the automated furnaces. Okay, so because the sided inventory system, in other words, if you interact with the bottom of a block, it does one thing, interact with the side, it does a different thing, interact with the top, it does something else. That was originally a mod feature. And nowadays it's vanilla. In that the placing the hopper under the furnace does something different than placing it over the furnace or beside the furnace. It's a perfectly logical way to do it, but I don't think Mojang ever would have thought of it without the assistance of modders doing it first. Okay, so we are starting to build up a decent supply of dried kelp blocks. I need to get myself some hoppers. Actually, I don't think you need redstone for... Well... Okay. Maybe I do need redstone to make a hopper. I can't remember if it's part of it or not. My brain's telling me that it's made of iron. Here, let's grab some iron. And a chest. It doesn't need redstone, but my brain's been known to be wrong before. I need to get a mine going somewhere. Preferably under the sea. Okay. You go in there. We've got 3 kelp blocks in each of these. Each one is full of kelp. And we can safely go dump my remaining kelp in here. Actually, is dried kelp food? I can't eat because I'm full, even if it was. Alright, let's see. The thing to do next is to... I have a shovel around here somewhere. I know I do. There it is. Grab some sticks. What do I do with my sticks? I probably stuck them in the... Did I use up all the last of my sticks? I think I used up the last of my sticks. Alright. Well, let's put this wood in the crap chest. Let's grab the cobble, take it down with us, put it downstairs. And then we will sail off to distant shores. Is it almost night? I have a terrible feeling it's almost night. Anyway, we will sail off to distant shores and attempt to mine sand. In addition to mining sand, we're also going to try to mine some stone and gather a bit of wood, because we are going to need wood for some construction. We're not going to do any real, like, I shouldn't say construction, for crafting. Okay, right over here I think is going to be the sand mine. It's a relatively large beach. And it's fairly close to home, which is a plus. But it's far enough away that I don't mind destroying it. Okay, first of all, let's collect a little bit of wood. Okay, we don't want to fall in there, that's for sure. We'll collect some wood so we can craft sticks and a crafting bench and fun things like that. And this will allow us to make new tools when we break our old ones, which we will definitely be doing. And it's going to be night soon. Damn you, son! Get back here. I guess we'll collect as much sand as we can before the sun goes down the rest of the way. And then we'll just be sad. Okay, so we do have enough iron that we can make iron shovels. But I will worry about that later. For now, stone is probably a better bet. It's more readily accessible. I'm a bit of a miser with my iron. I played too much modded Minecraft where iron was a critical resource that you need in giant amounts. Okay, well, it's dark enough that by the time I get another shovel crafted, it'll be too dark to do anything anyway, so we have a stack of sand and then some. Let's go back to the base. We can set up a furnace full of sand and get ourselves some glass going. I don't want to use up all of our sand because we're going to have to use some of it to soak up water inside our underwater base. Sponge would be nice for that, but I even know a place where you could probably get sponge. But yeah. I'm not equipped to fight guardians. Okay, we got almost a stack and a half. Let's go see what we're doing in the way of kelp up here. Not really a huge stack. Okay, that'll make a few kelp blocks. We'll put 5 in each. If we can. We can't. Okay, screw that. 3 in each is good. Okay, you just ticked over. We'll take these 3 downstairs and get them cooking some sand. Okay. So. Glass. Yay, beautiful glass. Now we need to decide exactly where we're going to build. Not that, not that one piece of glass is enough by any means. Grab a couple stacks of kelp and refill the furnaces. This is going to take a year. Cook all this kelp. We need a larger furnace array and ideally an automated one. Oh, let's see. Let's see if I can figure out what the recipe was for the hopper. Could have sworn it. Oh wait, here it is. Yeah, I was gonna say. I searched hop, and it didn't. Oh, I know what the problem was. It shows different things when we're in this view. Yeah, it doesn't show the stuff that can't be crafted. Okay. Okay, I see. I see. What do we need for hoppers? Chests. Okay. We'll make... We'll see how many of these we can make. 4, apparently. Okay. Let's... We have some extra chests, so that's good, actually. We'll put one there. One there. We'll use the last of my cobble to make another... Where is it? Here, of course, duh. Make another furnace. And then we will set up a feeder on top. We could actually set up 2 automated furnaces using this basic pattern. Yeah. Let's set these up differently. I mean, as in not out in the open like this. Okay, do we have enough space against one of these walls to do this? Yes, we kind of do. How's this look from the outside? Can we hollow the ship out a little more? Not really. Alright. Where should I build this thing? Against one of these walls seems a little silly, but... Yeah. Okay, let's just build it here in the back of the ship. That's probably the smartest place to do it anyway. We'll put the collection chest in the middle. And then a furnace on top of each one of these. I only made 1 furnace because that's all I can make. Duh. The only furnaces I have are these in here. Are any of these about ready to run out of fuel? No. Okay. Well, we should go mine more stone anyway, I guess. We'll just make them without having a second furnace available. Okay. Now you go there. We'll put that there as a temporary. It's definitely not going to stay there. Oh, it went in here. Duh. Okay, so we just fuel these up all the way. Put a whole load of kelp in here. Cooked kelp comes out the bottom. So, kelp. Collect dried kelp. Go ahead and load this thing up. Now, kelp goes in there. Ah, damn it, I need to craft these into blocks. Fuel, fuel. Something like that. Okay. There we go. Across to your side. Oh, we got some extra dried kelp in there. Okay, these need to be refilled as well. It looks like they're all running low. I'm running low on kelp to cook though, so let's go assassinate more kelp plants. I think we'll go out this way this time. This hasn't been harvested yet. Okay. I should maybe replant some of this kelp thicker on the ground instead of just leaving it to be its more natural thickness. Nah, that sounds too much like work. As long as we don't cut down the whole plant, we don't have to replant it anyway, so. The benefits of being lazy and all that. Okay. Definitely need to get an automated... Yeah, I definitely need to get some kind of automated kelp farm going. Because we're going to need a lot of this stuff. Okay. Over here. Now, this is definitely annoying to collect. That is the... Harvesting it is easy. Collecting is the annoying part. And if I could collect it and feed it into an automated furnace array, which is not hard at all to build. Or at least automated enough to be not a lot of labor. Alright, there we go. We have enough stacks for now. I need something to make you swim faster, not just stay under the water longer. Okay. Ah! Go ahead and fill that up pretty good. Yeah, we need to craft more fuel. Okay, 13 more. That gives us between 4 and 3 each. Not bad. Should keep us going for a while. We need to go get more kelp. There's a good chance. Yes, you can eat kelp. It's not the most filling ever, but it works. Okay, food source has been handled. Okay. I don't think they found Milo. Okay. At least I don't see them. Oh, where can I go? Okay. Oh, maybe they did. Okay. Almost got all this kelp collected. How many stacks do I have right now? Enough. That's how many. I need to get more iron so I can make more, I can get some actual proper automated furnaces running. Yeah. Okay. Refill all the furnaces. And that's a pretty decent amount right there. We're definitely getting to the point where we are no longer struggling for fuel. Yeah. Okay, crossed here. This is definitely way more convenient. Let's completely fill this up and start filling the second one. Despite the fact that we don't have a furnace to use with it yet. Okay. So, I need to go mine stone. The best way to mine stone is actually going to be putting a hole in the bottom of the boat. Question is, where do I want to put the hole in the bottom of the boat? Probably in here would be the best bet. But then I need to figure out someplace else to put my bed. Guess we'll move it upstairs. Yeah. We'll put the bed up here in this room. Okay, respawn set. So this is going to be the new mine. Yeah, okay. Also, before I do anything stupid, like getting myself trapped in here, like I just did, I should make myself some way of getting out. Namely, some ladders. And we need torches as well. And as much as I'm enjoying the use of kelp for fuel, you can't make a torch out of kelp. Unfortunately. It just doesn't work. Okay. There we go. Go ahead and make sure these are all fueled to the max. I should check the automated one to see how it's fueled. It has 13. Okay, that's plenty. All right. So, we need to go get some wood. Let's swim over here to shore and collect some wood. And then we'll come back. We'll build a little tube running down to the ground out the bottom of the boat. And that'll be the mine shaft. Yes, putting a mine shaft in the bottom of your boat is a little bit silly, but that's just the way it is. Let's go see if we can maybe murder some of these guys and get shells as well. I don't remember if there's anything special about the shell helmets. I'm going to assume that there probably is. And therefore, the murder shall continue until I acquire one. We need to collect as much wood as we can, because this is going to get us charcoal, in addition to ladders. Both of things we really desperately need large amounts of. It's becoming dark already. Because screw me, that's why. Okay, you... How high can we go? Not very, that's how high. We need to hurry. Okay, we can't mine that out. Put those underneath us so we can do a little pillar jump here. We need to get out of here before we get eaten. Speaking of getting eaten, here's an eater. I do not want to become the ED. Okay, back to the boat. Looks like there's a cave down there. Okay, so glass. Let's go ahead and put a bunch of spruce logs in there. Let's make a kelp block and get some charcoal. We don't need charcoal for fuel, we will for torches. That should get us 20 units of charcoal, which is probably going to be enough, to be honest, for a while. Okay. That should use up the fuel exactly. Now we'll use the rest of this wood to make ladders. Right, like so. Boom, 33 ladders. It's actually not very many, but hopefully that'll get us enough stuff for everybody to be happy. Spruce planks. Put one there. Boom. Where did I put my bucket? I must have put it in the junk chest up here. Yeah, there it is. Water bucket. I should have that on my person at all times. It is a useful thing to have. Even if I'm not good enough at the game to carry off a clutch maneuver or something like that. Okay. All right. Now, did I use up all of my... Yeah, I did. Okay. We need to get more wood. Really badly. These oak stairs can go into storage. Spruce planks. Should be fine. We could use spruce stairs, I guess. Actually, let's go get those spruce stairs. We use them as much as we can. Why do I keep going for that? Also, they're not down here, they're upstairs. Spruce stairs. Okay. Boom. Also, there we go. Let's at least pretend. At least pretend that this is still a boat. Okay. I can't remember if there's a way to place slabs vertically in Minecraft. I'm going to go with probably not. Do I have sand in my inventory? Yes, I do. I don't want to use sand for this, though, because of reasons. Because I want nice, happy, hard walls around us. So I think we'll use cobblestone. Do I have anything better than that, though? We don't have enough cobblestone to do that with. Okay, we've got charcoal now. So that's good. Okay, let's put those away. Spruce planks are definitely an option. Acacia planks would work as well. They definitely wouldn't match. Mud would be ugly. Gold would be very pretty, but bad idea. Let's use acacia. I sure hope I'm pronouncing that right. I just realized I actually really don't have any idea how acacia is pronounced. Okay. Boom. Ladder goes there. Okay, now this can be sand. No, actually, I don't want it to be sand either. Okay, let's go outside and let's see what we can do to fix this up. If I could place slabs vertically... I don't think you can do that, though. I know I could do it in, like, say, Vintage Story or something, but I'm pretty sure that Minecraft never allowed that. Let's try it. Let's just grab a random slab. Yeah, you can place them upside down. But there's, like... yeah, there's no way to place them. You can either place them on the bottom or the top, but not on their side. Which is annoying. Let's go see if we can modify. Okay, give me back those stairs. And let's go see if we can modify the boat, back of the boat, to make it look like it's mired in the water. Okay, you get mined out. Thank you for announcing your presence, idiot. Okay. I think we mine out this. And replace it with a solid block. Wait. You get out of here. Oh, wait. No, that's never gonna work. Okay, well, I guess it'll have to be that way. Then we can fill this in with sand. And from the outside, no one will ever know. Matter of fact, if we just mine this out. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. If we fill it in with sand, no one will ever see that. Okay, correction. About to mine this and that out. And then we will put you in there and that like that. Boom, there we go. Nobody can tell from the outside that those aren't full blocks. Or the inside for that matter. And therefore it's acceptable. Except this one. Which... that's annoying. We're going to have to do this from the outside. Okay, you... damn it. Okay, that doesn't work. We need to be outside to place that. Boo. Actually, can I do like this? That worked. Okay, then we can just use these solid two to go like that, and boom, we're done. Yay, no one will ever know. I mean, unless they were watching stream. Okay, we are mining straight down right now, which is mildly concerning, and therefore we shouldn't be doing it. But I only want to do it until... here we go. Until we're past the dirt layer. Okay, did I ever bring torches? I never did craft torches. I do have charcoal along and some sticks though, so we can just craft them right here. So you go there. And we just keep mining down until it gets too dark, and then we add another torch. AK right about here. And there we go. Do I have kelp in my inventory? A little bit. Might as well eat that first. Get rid of the cheap stuff before we eat the bread. And there's coal. I'm not really after coal, but I'm sure we'll mine that out eventually. I might as well mine a niche in the side of the wall here that we can use to get to it later. Okay. Copper. Copper's nice. This... I need to adjust this mouse wheel. It's acting up like crazy. Okay, mine out that. Oh, we got more iron as well. I'm not after that though, I'm after stone. After all, we need more furnaces. Well, that's no fun. Okay. We've run into an underwater cave. Also, we're out of ladders, so we probably shouldn't dig it down any farther. Let's go ahead and mine out this iron. Mine that out nicely. Mine this out. Copper's cool. I don't know if it'll rust when it's underwater, but I kind of hope it does. Or oxidize, I should say. Because we can use that for decoration. And sure, coal, why not? Everybody needs coal eventually. Torches. Torches aren't going to work very well as underwater lighting. Lava under glass will probably be a lot of it. If I can arrange for that. That'll be a pain in the ass actually to do. Lava under glass. Okay, this thing. Okay, that improved the resistance a little bit. That is going to make it so I'm more likely to click the middle mouse button when I'm scrolling, but I need more scrolling precision to switch tools. I probably should be using the number keys for that, but well, old habits die hard and all that. Okay, how much? Got a little over a stack. Just keep mining out of room down here. We'll never use it for anything, but more stones, good for now. Gonna use a lot of stone brick, I think, in the underground construction. Pave most of the seafloor with it around the area where I want to build. Okay. So that furnace is empty currently. These furnaces have run out of kelp. That furnace is still going. Okay, we have a whole load of furnaces now. Go ahead and fill this up with as many as we can. Okay. Boom. 21. That's plenty of kelp blocks for now. Let's go ahead and place another furnace here. Give him about half those kelp blocks. Kind of split them up around between them. Okay, more kelp. craft more kelp blocks. We need some to refuel these furnaces. Actually, these furnaces are pretty full. Looks like we have 5 in each right now. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and put some more in each of these. And then we need to dump most of our inventory and go get more kelp. We have a lot of crap here. Okay. We'll keep the buried treasure maps in our inventory for now. Yeah. Food, where to put those? Did I dump my bread in here? Oh, where did the bread go? Where did the bread go? Don't see it. I stuck it in one of these chests, I think. Oh, wait, no, there it is. I'm an idiot. Okay. All right. Back to the kelp mines. Give unto me the ocean's bounty. This stuff regrows pretty quickly, so that's good. That would be cool to build around, maybe. Not as deep as I really want, though. Wonder if I can plant kelp over top of a bubble column. Hmm. Not that that would help much. I'm pretty sure there's a way to plant kelp. Okay. Well, we're getting most of it. Yeah, I really need to set up a actual proper kelp farm. I don't have anywhere near the materials to do it with. I need to go find more iron in particular. I think the best level to mine iron at nowadays is Y16 maybe? So I should probably mine down farther, which is going to require me to go get more wood. Eventually I want trees growing under the ocean, which is going to be fun and interesting. That'll require a fairly large glass room with lots of lights scattered around the top. Okay, we have plenty of kelp now at the moment, I think. Fill up these. Okay, we do not have nearly as much kelp as I thought we did. Alright. Alright, that's just the way it is, I guess. We need to go get more sand for glass. I need to decide what other materials I'm going to use. We need some form of underwater capable light that is not a pumpkin. So that's probably going to require a trip to the nether for glowstone. There are other underwater capable lights that are available without going to the nether, but most of them are not amazing. As in, they're not much easier to get. I suppose the ones that pop up all over the ocean bottom would work. Shroom lights might be a good option even from the nether. Where should I should put the nether... I shouldn't build another portal until I have an underwater area. So build like a hub room. Put another... Yeah, I need to decide where I'm going to build. I need to actually build the site. I need to build a pillar to the top. A dry pillar. So like a hollow one. I need to open the doors all around the base of it so there's a nice air pocket to stand in and just start digging down there. Okay, so we've got a pretty good amount of dry kelp. Let's go do a bit of more mining. Do I have any? Not really. Okay, I need to go through these chests. That's what I'm gonna do tonight. Let's go through these chests and pick out everything that shouldn't be in here. AKA things I'm going to be using regularly for crafting. And haul it downstairs. Okay, the obsidian is going to be used to make a portal later. Under the sea. Birch log can go downstairs. Sand can go downstairs. Iron can go downstairs. Gold can stay up here. Acacia log can go downstairs. Cobblestone go downstairs. Diorite can stay here. Diamond can stay here because it's rare enough. I don't have much of it yet. Raw copper, raw iron, coal, dried kelp, charcoal, glass, furnaces, chests, sand, torches. That can all go downstairs. Okay. So all this crap goes in here. The torches go in my inventory. Specifically, they go there, I think. Those things sound really creepy. Oh yeah, glass goes in here. It doesn't stay in my inventory. Yeah, we don't have enough wood to use effectively. So down into the depths. And then we shall dig around a little bit down here. Okay. So 4 this way. I'm just going to dig out a somewhat symmetrical room. Or at least the beginnings of one. Okay. My mouse wheel is acting really weird. I really hope this mouse isn't dying. Because that would be very annoying to deal with. Cranking up the tension helped some to stop getting false positives. But now it is, sometimes it rolls to a definite click and then doesn't do anything. Yeah, it is problematic, to say the least. I do not appreciate it when my mice don't work. I don't really like this mouse in the first place, to be honest, but I think this is probably the last time I'm ever going to buy a Razer mouse. I bought it because it was one of the only wireless mice I could find that had a nice charging dock that you could just take the mouse and set it on the dock and it'll charge. The problem is, whatever engineer designed that charging dock needs to be fired. It does not function well at all. And there's no particular reason why it shouldn't. It's like just The connection between the mouse and the dock just is not positive enough, I think, is the problem. It should be more of a, oh, I don't know. Okay, I don't want to use any of my sticks if I don't have to. Do I have another? I think I threw my other. Oh, good night, Azure. I think I threw my other axe away. Yeah, I did. Oops. What time is it anyway? 10:55? I should be going to bed as well. Oh. Let's go cut a bunch of wood first. Play hard, lol. Well, unfortunately, I also have to work hard. Sort of. And that happens tomorrow. Okay, well, we have a creeper over there. Probably should get my sword out. It looks like there's a whole creeper convention around here. Hey, you. Go away. Well, you went kablooey. I guess that's one way to mine sand. Okay, and you. Boom. I miss the old days of just spam click and hope it works. Okay, I don't have any picks on me anymore. Let's go ahead and cut down a few trees. Tomorrow's Thursday, isn't it? I have no idea what game I want to play for tomorrow. I don't have anything really lined up, I guess. I need to think about this. I suppose I could always just go ahead and play X4. But it's supposed to be nostalgia night, so... This is what happens when I finish my nostalgia night game. I don't consider what I want to play next until it's too late. And it's like, oh no, I need something now. I don't want to go through trying to install the old Command & Conquer games. Because actually Command & Conquer Generals sounds like it'd be fun, but trying to get that installed probably be a pain in the ass. Also, Generals was pretty flaky the last time I tried to play it. It doesn't like widescreen very much. You have to go edit a config file, and even then it doesn't work for shit. Okay. Down we go. 35 spruce logs. I have to go for most of a stack. Maybe I should go ahead and play Stronghold Crusader or something. I know I was going to play X4 today, and I was like, you know what, screw it. We'll join the Aff crowd in their adventures in insanity. And then I ran off and played Hermit the whole night. Okay. Plant a bunch of saplings all over the place. Just kind of scatter this crap all over. Okay. Don't want to get stuck down in there. And we'll put another one right over there, I guess. Okay. That got us a reasonable amount of wood. Maybe we'll use this place as our sand mine. Creepers already have blown it to hell, so. Okay. So back to the boat. This helmet's awesome. Alright, what was I getting these for? Ladders. I don't want to dig too deep, actually. Because... Okay, let's collect some kelp. Make fuel. I don't want to dig too deep here because this is a temporary base. And so if I'm going to build an actual underwater base somewhere, I want to build that as part of... Well, I want to build my mine as part of that base, obviously. Okay, so we've got 22 dried kelp. Let's go ahead and make some more glass. There we go. Put the dried kelp over here. Sandstone. We can put the junk chest for now. Now, what do I want to build the central pillar out of? I think glass for most of it. The problem is it is going to have to have a ladder running up the inside. Do I want to build just a little one that is like 3 by 3 and has a ladder up the center? Or do I want to build like a center pole and then a 5 by 5 glass thing around it with ladders on the outside of the pole? What would you make the center pole out of is the big question. It'd be awesome if we had enough like copper or something to make it out of that. I think I'm going to have to use something else though because we just don't have enough material. Diorite might be interesting. Diorite or granite, maybe? The problem is we're going to need like a stack or more. Okay, the reason we got some of these spruce logs were for sticks, honestly. For both ladders and tool crafting. Let's go ahead and make a bunch of ladders. And then we'll store a bunch of these sticks. And make us some cheap picks. Okay. There we go. Time to go mining. Specifically, We're after this diorite. If we can make polished diorite and then surround that with glass, I think I'd look sharp. Maybe we'll just play more Minecraft tomorrow. While Aff and the other goofuses are playing it, we might as well play it too. After all, it'd just be a missed opportunity to not do so. I do want to play Factorio on the weekend, though. We'll see. Anyway. Hopefully this diorite vein would actually give us enough stuff to do cool things with. I really want it to be deep under the water. What I probably should do is like a diorite, something glowing and pretty, diorite, something glowing and pretty. And then surround it with glass. And then use like stone brick or something as the base level foundation. This is less of a mine and more of a quarry, to be honest. I'm just here to get stone. I won't complain about the occasional iron or whatever, but that's not the purpose of this place. Actually mining for valuable resources is going to be a thing down under the ocean. I mean, theoretically this is under the ocean, but... What time is it? 11 o'clock already? Well... I guess this is going to ensure that I don't spend any money on McDonald's. Man, I miss that red power feature that used to, from the old red power mod. That'd make it so that if you had tools stacked in the same column and you broke the one in your hotbar, it would drop into your hotbar. That was so incredibly useful for mining and stuff. Although philosophically it was a bad idea, because a mod that's about adding redstone stuff should not be modifying your inventory behavior. That should be a separate mod. Oh well. Not many other people seem overly concerned about making mods that only do one thing. Normally I'm not a Unix philosophy kind of guy. Kind of is when it comes to modding. Mods should do one thing and one thing only. Oh. Oh no! Aff has abandoned us. You better not be thinking he's gonna raid me, because I'm almost about to end. Alright. How much diorite do we have anyway? Several stacks. Okay, we definitely can do a diorite pillar. We're gonna need a lot more, what are you gonna call it? You need a lot more glass than what we currently have. Basically what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to build the center pillar. Probably out of polished diorite with I don't think glowstone is visually a thing I want. Maybe shroom lights from the nether. I'll have to look around and see what my other lighting options are. Maybe there's some way to make a fancy looking lantern thingy that would look good. Redstone lamps are definite no. I don't have the resources to make some of the other glowing type stuff. We'll have to figure out something for the glowy center. I need to visit the nether and get a few examples of some of the glowy stuff from there. I definitely want to get some soul sand, because I'm going to want blue flames scattered around the bottom of the ocean, inside structures and stuff. I think it'll look awesome. Maybe I'll do... I might have to go into creative and mess around with some of this stuff. See what kind of interesting looking... Because the central shaft is going to set the tone for the whole place. Because we need a shaft that runs all the way from the very bottom of my settlement to the very top. Well, it might... I don't think we're going to do a mine. I don't think it's going to run into the mine. That'll be a separate shaft somewhere else. But it'll run from the seafloor to the surface, and it's going to have a boat dock built around it. So it needs to be... It's going to be the first thing a visitor sees when they pull their boat up to the place. So it has to be at least somewhat impressive. So putting a bit of extra effort into it is certainly not going to hurt anything. Trying to mine gold in the nether and making it out of gold or something would be stupid, though, I think. Tempting, but not needed or required. We do have a decent amount of copper. Don't know what all copper can be used for, but I definitely want to use it as an accent material somewhere. With the idea, of course, of letting it turn a nice green color. Maybe use it for corners or something. Also, I should be mining out this... mining out this granite. Granite is another thing we can definitely use. We're going to use something for the floors and foundations. Maybe a mix of granite and diorite? Like a checkerboard pattern or something? I'm not sure how large and fancy of a landing room I want to make either. But basically I need to sink the center shaft. Put it wherever it's going to go. Build the floor around it, under the water. Probably by placing doors and stuff on the bottom so I can have places to stand and breathe while I dig. And place blocks. Get a nice flat area. All dug out and ready to go. And then from there, go with a place sand in the shape that I want the interior to be over the whole area. and then place glass over the sand. And mine out the sand afterwards. That'll be the easiest way to get a dry room under the ocean. And of course, once I have the basic dry room, then it'll be a matter of placing more lights inside that. Whatever kind of light I end up using. Which, once again, around the outside, this is why I wanted a tropical biome nearby. That I'd have easy access to things like sea pickles and coral that I could use to decorate the outside of the base. As it is, I can still get those things. I'll just have to find a biome eventually. And they won't be available from the start. And there, we've used up our last pick. Okay. That's probably fine. Go store this stuff. Got more glass. Store that. Let's get a chest here. We'll start stacking up what I think I'm going to use as building materials in there. That is nowhere near enough glass, of course. Copper can go in here for now. Alright. Well, we got a good amount of fuel in the furnaces. Next time I play this, we need to gather more kelp, keep those furnaces going, and then find a nice spot out there somewhere, or over there somewhere, to build. Preferably as deep as possible. Anyway, until then, oh, let's see. Aff is AFK. Avi is not streaming. And neither is Wasted. You know what? Screw it. I don't feel like raiding anybody tonight. Thank you all very much for coming. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. And I hope to see you all back here tomorrow for whatever I end up playing. There's a solid chance it'll be Minecraft again, but I don't actually know for sure. I might dredge up some old game from my past and do a proper nostalgia night like I'm supposed to do. But until I decide, I hope you all have an awesome night. And I will see you all later once I find OBS here. There it is. Yeah, good night, and I'll see you later.